Hello, welcome back. It's Wednesday, so that can only mean one thing. It's a Wingnut Wings Wednesday. And today we're going to be looking at some books. Now, I was intending to look at some plastic, but as you all know, my mojo is a bit beat up. And this Vomag thing that I'm building was to get my mojo going. And when you see part 9, you'll see that I've just literally thrown it across the bench. So anyway, so here we are. Today we're going to look at some books. And there's some books that you may not know have ever existed. I'm not sure if any of these are still in print. In fact, I doubt that any of them are. But they will be available, in second-hand bookshops, looking around online, eBay and all that sort of stuff. You will find them. So, first of all, we've got 4 books here, which are from Windsock Publications. And these are amazing. These things are brilliant. They're like your addition to your Wingnut Wings manual, and if you get the one for the Fokker that I showed you last week, it really is the Wingnut Wings manual that you never got with the main kit. But this one, so we've got the Windsock Worldwide World War I Modelling Special number 1, and this is Building the Wingnut Wings Gotha G4 by Ray Rimmel and Harry Woodburn. So Ray Rimmel is Mr. Windsock, so I think all the books are authored by him. But basically in here we have a fantastic reference. We have, as you can see, wartime actual colour. I keep saying actual colour black and white images. We've got beautiful 3D drawings. We've got beautiful artwork. And we've got beautiful, genuine World War I period photographs. We have lots and lots of words all about the aircraft, all about the missions, the people that flew them. St Paul's Churchyard, I think this is the first time a bomb was ever dropped on London by a bomber. You can see here we've got some images of the aftermath. Then we've got another mission there, 1400 hours. And then we've got some information about the aircraft itself. So you can see we've got some drawings here of the fuselage. We've got the machine guns, parabellums. We've got bombs. Nice drawings here. Lovely detailed photographs that are going to be extremely difficult to find anywhere else. Okay, so we'll go through this one in detail. We'll flick through the others. And you've got beautiful detailed images here of the cockpit and everything, and all, descriptions of what all the parts are. You can see in here the dark wood as well. You can see the wood grain on it and everything. So, and you can also see some chipping and some scratching. So very, very handy. Then for part 3 of the book, we're having a delve into the kit. This is my favourite, possibly my favourite plastic kit of all time. That with the Wingnut Wings border model Lancaster. But yeah, this is, I've got 2 of these and I absolutely love these models. They are stunning. And when you see one built, you will want to build one, believe me. So we've got all the sprues here that are in the kit and everything. We've got the PE there that's in the kit. And we've got some beautiful decals all printed by Cartograph. Now, we were saying this the other night, when you look at a lot of kit manufacturers, they seem to think that, loads of slide moulding and loads of photo etch is really, really going to, and a million parts like mini art kits, is really going to help you, sell your model, sell your product. It's not. Basically, Wingnut Wings are considered one of the best manufacturers there ever was. Well, they still are a manufacturer, they're not closed down. But they didn't really use slide moulding, and they used very little photo etch. You can see here, it's only where necessary. You can roll the cooling jackets for the guns. You've got the seat belts. You've got a ring there for the gun mount. Kind of other little bits and pieces. And you've got some grills here. And that's it. When you look at some manufacturers, and they're making all sorts of bits and pieces out of bloody photo etch that they easily could have done out of plastic. And as soon as you dry brush it, it pings off whatever. So there we go. So now we've got a lovely image there. The Wingnut Wings 1/32 scale Gotha G4 is the largest plastic biplane model kit produced to date. It's also one of the most complex and demanding, but with care, results in a magnificent rendition of this iconic World War I German bomber. It is a beautiful aircraft. It really is beautiful. So here we are, part 4. We've got all hints and tips about building and how they're going about doing the wood and getting the dark wood shades and everything. You can see here you've got all the dark wood shades, and then building up the cockpit, adding some ammo cans, adding some bombs, and then building up the belts. We've got photographs of the real belts here. talking about all those horrible ejector pin marks in the fuselage and the different ways of getting rid of them. If you actually get the HGW aftermarket set, you get photo etch panels to cover up those ejector pin marks, which is really nice. And then here we are painting up the fuselage, got the control wheel there, and then we're working on the actual instrument panel with all the decals provided. Beautiful, beautiful work going on here. Really, really nice. They're adding some cabling and stuff. And then going through, still carrying on with the fuselage, all the fuselage interior. And then here we're bringing the fuselage halves together. And then we're going to make a start on the engines. And we've got some plumbing going on the engines there. We've got a real picture of the engine here. We've got some more work going on there. Go to gallery number 1, Volker Kuss. So here we've got some G4s, which have all seen their demise. Some lovely images, and these are from Ronnie Barr. Ronnie Barr is the guy who does all the images for Wingnut Wings, or did all the images for Wingnut Wings, and now I think he's working for Qatari. But you can see that beautiful scheme on there. I've forgotten the actual the name of it. Oh, never mind. But there we go. Lozenge, there you go. I'd forgotten the name of it. I was looking for it down here, and it says had its upper surfaces hand painted in multicoloured hexagons of at least 4 shades. The depiction is somewhat speculative. So I wish they'd say lozenge. Right, and then we've got some more beautiful pictures there. Genuine World War One. You can see this, and they're all lined up. Oops, there's one that's gone over on its nose. I think the later G4s actually had wheels sticking out the front here to stop them actually doing this. You can imagine, you know, that with all the wooden structure and everything, it was probably very easy to tip it up because you had the engines acting as a pendulum. If you jam the wheel in something, you know, the engine would act as a pendulum and just flip it over. So here we can see an engine on its trolley. I believe you get this trolley in the kit. Don't quote me on it, but I believe you do. And you can actually display your engines separately. I can't remember now. I don't remember. I believe you do. And then here we are. We're building up the centre wing, adding in the engines, and then I think we're going to be doing some painting. And then here we're starting to add some decals onto the fuselage. So they're going for the red and white scheme. There we are, all going together, painting up the wheels. We've got some genuine pictures of bombs here. We've got another picture there of a restored bomb. Got all the bombs going together. And then we're going to start applying the lozenge and everything, or whatever it's going to have. Got the rib tape in there, you can see, and then we're looking at adding rigging. It looks like we're starting on the rigging, or maybe it's control lines. They're using easy line by the look of it, which a lot of people don't like to use. A lot of people like to use fishing line, but each to their own. And then here we've got the fuselage standing in a box to get it all rigged, using the box as a stand. 22.2, what are they doing there? 22.2, leave to set under some weights. Okay, they're putting the upper wing on, sitting on the struts and using some weights to hold it all down. Got the propellers going on, then we've got some fuel tanks, and then again here we are with some more rigging, using the cocktail stick method drilled through the wings. You can see there the beautiful nose with the gun in there and everything. Really nice, really, really nice. Gas patch do some beautiful replacement guns should you wish to use them. And then there we have the finished model with all the rigging and everything. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. And then we've got go to gallery number 3, Harry Woodman. So you can see here more crashed examples. And then we've got other go-tos. So very far and few between these now. The 1/48th, probably a very good size actually for the 1/48th. There's this one here, Copper State Models, 1/48 scale resin kit. I should imagine that's probably worth a fortune these days. And then there was another one, an injection molded 48 scale. There's a 144th there, and I believe there was a Rodin 1/72nd. Top is Rodin 1/72nd scale go-to, built by Rob Bowinger, but it's not mentioning. You can see here they don't have any images of the 1/72nd scale kit, I don't believe. But you can see here we've got 2 32nds, So they got a Go to G4 to be confirmed, special edition with many extras. That's not going to happen. And then we've got 48 scale, we've got copper slate models, that's the resin, we've got AZ model, and we've got Hippo, and then we've got the 72nd scale Rodents, and then we've got a 26D kit number, if the company is SRAM, and that's a 144 scale resin. So there we go. And then here we've got some more images, period images, dedicated to the memory of Kath Hogan, 2010, so you can see how old this book is. And then we've got role models doing some advertising, we've got Hannons doing some advertising, Mr. Kit, and we've got Windsock references. So yeah, it's worth remembering, Windsock also do reference books. I've got those, I can show you those at another time. They are absolutely awesome, and they're just reference books, very much like the Wing Leader books. They're reference photos and stuff. So, and you can see on here, we've got Wingnut Wings advertising their wares, their kits. You can see here we have 32005. It was their fifth model in their lineup, and it was $139 with free shipping. If you could get one now for $139 with free shipping, you'd buy 10, because you'd be lucky to get one now for, well, you wouldn't be lucky, you can get them for less, but when you see the ones on eBay at the moment, they're nearly $1,000. So there we go. So that's the Go to G4, as I say, my favourite World War aircraft. So very quick look through here. We've got number 3. Again, this is just by Ray Rimmel. This is the Fokker D7, and again we have a beautiful a book which is going to give us period photos, and then we're going into the, you know, how the decals are made. Here's Wingnut Wings here. We've got interviews with Wingnut Wings, and then when you're looking here, we're going into how to build the model, how to do the wood grain, drawings of the genuine aircraft. They'll be well documented, this aircraft. Building up the fuselage, or the cockpit with all the framework, and then adding the ringing and everything, adding some extras to the engines. And as you can see, it's basically going through the build, applying the decals, and then we've got photographs of the model. We've got the Ronnie Barr images there. As you can see, it just goes on and on and on. We've got more details here about how to achieve certain finishes. So yeah, very, very interesting indeed. And you can see Aviatic there being advertised. Jesting Guy from New Zealand shows us how to fit spoked wheel shot rims directly into the Wingnut Wings tyre kit. Interesting. So there we go. So that's that one, and then we've got the AEG G4. If you want to see one of these being built, over on YouTube, Flying Circus Models, he's building one right now and making a lovely job of it. So you can see on there, basically the same thing again. We've got all the images. There we are. So if you want to build, just thought Fokker G4, sorry, Go to G4, AEG G4. I've got this kit as well. Fantastic book. Again, lots and lots of images, lots and lots of words, and lots of how-tos and stuff in there. So really, really nice. You know, well worth having. Fantastic asset to your collection. I mean, what better can you have than that? So there we go. We can see there an AEG G4. There's actually one of these in a museum somewhere, and if you go on to Flying Circus Models channel, he's actually done a walk around of it. And then here we have Building the Wingnut Wings Halberstadt CL2, and this was sent to me recently by Ray. Thank you very much. And yeah, very nice book indeed, with compliments from the editor. So that's been sent by Ray himself as a little gift for me. Thank you very much, Ray. But you can see in here again, we've got colour images of the model. We've got images here of how to super detail and how to make your model just stand out a little bit more. Very, very nice indeed. Lots and lots of great images. Not sure what that is. That's our ongoing Wingnut Wings series. Is your collection complete? So here we go. More Ronnie Barr images, and as you can see, more genuine World War I images. What better for reference than genuine wartime images? There we go, here's some restoration pictures. There we are. Very, very nice indeed. I've seen a conversation I was looking at online the other day, and a lot of people seem to think the German aircraft inside were RLM-02. It's more like a British grey green, isn't it? It's more like a British cockpit green. Maybe a little bit lighter when you look at it there. But maybe like the cockpit green that I mix up by using XF21 and XF71. Lighten it down with that. So there we go. So that's those. And as I say, they are the Windsock Productions books. You can look them up online. Windsock World War I Modelling Specials. So very, very much worth having. Very, very nice books indeed. Now I'm going to move on to these two. This is the Air Modeller's Guide to Wingnut Wings Volume 1. And this one's Volume 2. I don't think there ever was a Volume 3. But you can see on the front of this book, once again, my favourite aircraft, the Gotha G4. And if you want to get one of these, as I say, it was 2013. I doubt if it's still in print. But there's your ISBN and everything. And there's your barcode, in case you can freeze frame that. And then this is where it came from, afvmodeling.com, afvmodeler.com. So you may well find you can go on there and download a digital copy. I recently did that with the B-17 book they did. So very, very nice quality, very, very thick, very beautifully bound books. And you can see in here, it's not just the Gotha, there's many aircraft in here. So you can see Volume 2 coming late 2017. So here we go. So we got into the book there. And we can see there's an LG VC6, which I've actually got that model. And you can actually get one as too, because I've got a blind auction going on for it in the double set. So here we've got Hansa Brandenburg, and this is the W12, is it? Yes. That was a substitute for the W12. Okay, so this is the W29 then. There we go. So you can see very, very detailed kind of how-tos in here. I'm sorry if the pages are a little bit glossy, but we'll try and get around it. And we can see the different shades of wood and how to go about it. Building up the cockpit using the photo etched brass seats and how to paint them, seat belts, sorry, and how to paint them. And then we can see here the completed cockpit with all the rigging and everything, control lines in it. Okay, bringing it all together, you can see how they're doing the dark wood. The airplane there sat on its trolley. I've seen one of these built at a show, it looks absolutely stunning. And then adding some detail to the engine using brass rather than the plastic parts. And painting up the engine, fitting it, making up the wings. Of course, with this being a monoplane, you don't have to worry too much about rigging. And there you go. And as you can see, it's all coming together. And there it is at the end. Done. Now we've got the SE5, which I know is going to be a lot of... certainly a British gentleman's probably their favourite aircraft of World War I. So the Scout Experimental number 5. So beautiful aircraft, this one. I've got this one in the stash. I've got the W29 as well. Very nice indeed. And then we've got a Roland D4A. I don't have one of these. See the planking detail on the side there. So you can go to town with your woodwork. We've got some lozenge decals there. Very nice. And then there's the finished model. And then we're on an RE8 Aritate. Hello, mate. We've got the canvas pulled off there on the side to display all the beautiful interior. I've got one of these in the stash. You can see how he's cut the sides open there and then lightly trimming it back with a knife. And then we've got all the beautiful cockpit being built up with all the lovely wood graining. That is very nice. That is some of the nicest wood graining I've ever seen. Beautifully done. Beautifully, beautifully done. And then we're starting on the engine. It's a, what is it? It's a V12 engine, so quite a noisy old beast, I should imagine. I think that's going to be it at the end. Yep. And then we've got another Albatross. We've got a D5 now. And again, all the building tips and painting the wood and everything. You can see painting the wood here on the outside. You can use decals, but it's a skill worth learning, painting the wood, because it does. It's very, very satisfying. You can see the camo there, the purple and the green. Looks amazing. And then we've got a Sopwith pup. I know a lot of you British guys are going to love this aircraft. It's getting hard to flick through the pages now. You can see there we've got all the work going on inside, the pre-shading and everything to get the framework. We've got the engine coming together there. Acrylic wood. How to paint the acrylic wood on the side. And then here we are, there's my star of the show, the Gokla G4. And we've got another how-to on how to do it. We've just seen the Ray Rimmel book, so here we've got the AFV modeler book. And they're telling you about all these ejector pin marks and the fuselage, get rid of them. Here's about painting the dark wood. Remember, this is dark wood, not your normal wood. Dark wood was used pretty much on German aircraft. Everything else sort of had normal, you know, pine-coloured wood, if you like your normal plywood that you see. You can see here we've got a lot of detail about the cockpit and how to detail the engines and building up the engines and stuff. And then they're doing the lozenge with paint rather than decals. That's pretty cool. That's quite clever actually, because you could move that and then do the next colour and then move it back. But apparently this was hand painted, so I'm not sure how consistent it was in reality. It's beautifully done, and it does look a lot better than decals, doesn't it? And here we've got the rigging going in. Again, got the matchsticks sticking out everywhere. Very nice indeed. I've missed a page there. You can see we've got propellers, undercarriage, bomb racks, bombs all underneath. And then here we've got our machine guns going together with our cooling jackets. A couple of figures there. Probably sculpted by Doug Craner. And then here we've got the beautiful aircraft. You can see the vast expanse of a wingspan on it. Absolutely gorgeous. And there we are. Beautiful model. So hints and tips on rigging, which is going to be very, very handy for anybody who's never done it. So we've got all the different materials you can be using. Here we've got the turnbuckles and stuff all listed. We've got photo etch rigging there. And then here's a simple method using the RB photo etch turnbuckles. Here we are using Mr. Servicer to make the turnbuckles. Some people use little simple brass tubes. I'm not so sure about that. I think they're using them to replicate turnbuckles, but I don't think they look right. You can get the gas pass ones, which are 3D printed metal. You can also get the RB production one. I'm not sure you can anymore, but there are 3D printed ones out there. Not 3D printed, photo etch ones. And here you can see there's a little E4 and E2, sorry. For the detail fanatic, the RB Productions British wire terminals are designed to work with the wires themselves. These can be wired through the wing with nylon line using the etched holes provided. So, don't know. We've got some here, I'm not sure what this is all about. Photo etched wires, you can see there's the end there. So very interesting. And then we've got some hints and tips on doing wood grain. So you can see two different types of wood grain here. And then you've got the weathered wood effect. You can get the Abteilung paints, you can get the Ushi van der Roschen wooden decals, and you can also get the HGW decal sets, which are pre-cut. And then here's how to do your oils. This is what I do. Okay, and then here's the hand graining, which is what they were showing you earlier on that dark wood, using what's that, tensor chrome paints to get the wood effect. There we go. And that's it. So hints and tips for aftermarket. So we've got figures, there's Wings cockpit figures. You know I've just done a review of those. Model Seller Productions. Very, very nice. Gun barrels is Master or Aber. you can also add to that gas patch. So there we go. So very, very nice book indeed. That's volume 1. Volume 2 is very, very similar, but the subjects in here, let's have a look. We've got a Fokker E3, okay, which is nice. I've got one of these. I bought it started. I really should get it back on the bench, shouldn't I? Using this as a guide. And interesting to see how you do the squiggly silver on the this squiggly silver effect. They've done it with an airbrush by the look of it. I've built up the engine already. It's a beautiful little engine. And then we're using easy line, and it looks like gas patch turnbuckles to rig it. So that's very nice. Then we're on to the big monster, the Felixstowe F2. So this is the later version without the cockpit. So the guys just sat there with their heads exposed. And you can see here the engineers did get out on the wings and work on the engines while the aircraft was in flight. And we can see we got all these figures here. Looks like the guy's making his own figures. And we can see all the beautiful interior detail there. Really, really nice. Look at that. It's lovely, isn't it? And then here adding that red zigzag stripe to the fuselage. Building up the engines with their mounts. Nice contrast with the green wings and the bright red and white body. The fuselage. And there you can see there she is done. And we've got all the guys there working. You've got an engineer there stood on the wing working on the engine. Somebody else watching what he's doing. Very, very nice. And there you can see it displayed with a Dover background there by the look of it. And then we're into the Sopwith Snipe. Again, same sort of thing. Going through how to get your linen effect on there, how to paint the wheels, how to paint your engines, adding details there. And then we've got a Rumpler C4 Early. I don't have one of these. Again, you can see we've got the dark wood again, getting the fuselage together with the undercarriage, painting the wings up, and then getting it all rigged. And here he's using Bob's buckles. So there we go. Then here's one of my favourites. I've got the FE2B late and the FE2B early, and this one, of course, is my favourite because it's called Jess. And you can see on there the rigging is just absolutely phenomenal. If you look at that picture there, it's phenomenal. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Going through how to get that, differing wood pattern on the floor, getting it all together. You can see the massive seat straps there. Building the engine, adding some piping and stuff to the engine. You can see the model's looking quite simple with all this detail and everything. It's looking lovely. And then it all starts to come together with the woods, doing some streaking, the wings, doing some streaking. We've got bombs underneath. And then coming forward, we start to add some rigging. And you can see that it's starting to get extremely complex. Look at it. Just look at that. Where would you start? It's incredible. And then we've got a Fokker D7. So got the lozenge pattern showing through there on the inside. I wish they'd have headings to tell you what the things are. We've got a decal sheet there. It looks like it may well be aviatic. Yes, it is. So if you don't want to use your Wingnut Wings decal, like aviatic, and Hannah sell all the aviatic range, so you can have a look on there. That page has got folded over. That's funny, isn't it? It's been mismade. So there we go, Fokker D7, and then we've got a Sopwith triplane. And you can see as the builds go through the book, they get faster and faster because they don't need to tell you all the techniques they're using and everything. And then here we have a Pfalz D3A. That's the interesting looking plane. Quite simple on the rigging as well, so it could be good fun for the newbies like me, new to World War One. We can see getting the painting done there on the fuselage, the wings, tailplane. and then how to paint the propeller. Very nice indeed. And that is that. So no hints and tips in the back of this one. But that's a very interesting little dial on the front of that one. See, there's a World War I truck towing a fuselage on a trailer. Very nice. You can see here Fian Decals and aviatic.co.uk. So there we go. So that has been our second Wingnut Wings Wednesday. As I say, next week will be a bit more interesting, I promise. Yeah, I think there's some books that are really worth looking into. I know you like my book reviews. I think they really are worth looking out for. They're probably not going to be cheap these days, but as I say, I think with these two here, I think you'll be able to get a digital download. These will probably be mainly sold out, so you're probably going to be looking at second hand. But no shame, you know, no harm looking at the Windsock website. I'm sure that on that piece of paper that you put in here, for moi, where is it? Where is it? Here it is. There you go. So you've got all the details there. Windsock datafilespecials.co.uk. So go take a look at the website and you'll see on there what you can order and what you can't. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next week. Bye for now.